In the 1890s and the first couple of decades of the 1900s, Fifth Avenue along Central Park gets filled up with the houses of the wealthy. Caroline Astor is here, Henry Clay Frick, Andrew Carnegie, and Marjorie Merriweather Post, whose family makes its money in the breakfast cereal business. But by the 1920s, many of these great houses are being torn down and replaced by large luxury apartment buildings. Post resists selling off her 54-room mansion on 92nd and 5th for a while, but eventually gets an offer too good to resist. In 1924, the Fuller Construction Company offers her a hefty sum for her property, and they'll build her a replacement for her mansion at the top of the new 14-story building. Her new triplex rental apartment is also 54 rooms, including bedrooms for her, her husband, and her kids, a dining room, a drawing room, a sitting room, and many other spaces. There are also bedrooms for the staff, as well as workspaces like the silver, wine, and flower rooms. It has at least a dozen fireplaces, a dozen bathrooms, and 2 kitchens. Some of the wood paneling and marble or metal decorative elements have been moved from the old house to the new apartment. It also has its own private elevator, lobby, and private driveway, which you can spot on the 92nd Street side of the building to this day. Although this is supposed to be a recreation of her old place, there are some distinct advantages to the new setup. She's now high above the street, meaning the noise and fumes of the cars and buses along Fifth Avenue will no longer bother her, and she has a fantastic view of Central Park from her wraparound terrace. Around this time, a word comes into use for these types of lavish rooftop apartments: penthouse, derived from a French word for appendage. It becomes a new aspirational living setup for the uber wealthy, and to this day is associated with being the fanciest dwelling in a building. In the years since, the term penthouse has been pretty loosely applied to apartments at the top of a building that are not particularly extravagant. Certainly not as extravagant as the one that was at the top of this building, and even that one's not the same anymore. The family moved out in 1941, and some years later it was split up into multiple apartments.